We spent a lot of money on education. They spent a lot of money losing money in the market for what? So they realized, you know what? Only 5% of the people really making money. Why don't we just give them the answers? Why don't we just have mirror the concept of mirroring the market expert? They did it with one strategy, and it worked. But it never took off. Not to the levels they thought it would. The reason why is they spent a lot of money on seminars. They spent a lot of money with people on the phone, talking to them. They realized that they had a whole list of people coming into the company as referrals from the people that were doing the trades and making money with the strategies, bringing them in, and they weren't getting paid anything. So that's when they discussed, they said, why don't we think about network marketing as the distribution method? And Annette would be the first one to tell you, she was like, yeah, network marketing, I don't know. Now she's the biggest cheerleader in the company for it because she sees the immense support group around it, helping people learn to trade, helping people, share the message and, make money in a number of ways. So it was the best decision they made, and that's Wealth Generators, and they've taken it to another level at launch where you heard Annette talk about find, grow, and keep, and I'll just break that down in detail real quick. So the reason why I love Wealth Generators is because, okay, if you have 10 friends, some of you may have more, okay, all 10 of them would like to find a little of their own money, have it work for them, right, and pay less in taxes. If you want to be in that class that Annette's talking about up here, okay, you're going to realize that those people typically do four things, okay? They have little or no debt, they have their money work for them, they pay as little as legally possible in taxes, and they have multiple income streams, typically residual income streams, okay? So those are the four things that we address with Wealth Generators, okay? Find, grow, keep. I'm going to go over real quick, okay? And then tonight's best speaker, after Annette, is going to talk about the earn part, okay? Which is, by the way, it's one of the reasons why I jumped in. I could tell someone how they're going to trade and make money because they like trading the market. My first 200-300 people in the company didn't care about sharing it. They didn't leave because they were doing the trades. And when they brought in the network marketers, they're like, who is that? He's got like no breakage in his trade. That guy, he's from Wall Street, he's got a bunch of guys that they just like to trade. And then all of a sudden they started learning, oh my goodness, I'm going to give my kids this. I have a dentist. Gave 2 kids this. They never traded before, okay? Number one, never network marketing, never traded before. Now they're doing both, okay? So the reality is I've seen people who trade become network marketers, people who are network marketers now becoming traders, and people who did neither doing both. So it's working and it's growing.
Hello.
Find, grow, keep, right? Fine. I like to say, if you can go to the gym, okay, get on a treadmill, punch your information in, right? Go hang out by the cooler. The treadmill's going to run. It's going to burn all your calories. That doesn't work. But that's what this does. If you're not that lazy and you can aggregate all your information into the software of WG Money, it's going to show you where. Okay? Kim Torres gives the best example of this when, give her a round of applause, please. She's usually our key presenter here. And my favorite part about the fine part is coming out of nursing school and spending the time and being $90,000 in debt. 18 days. I know your story. 18 days after she came out, she got her first bill for $2,000. What am I going to do? Work more hours? Trade my hours for time, for money? Okay? And work 6 hours, and the shifts are like 16 or 18 hours or 48 hours a day, right? It's all crazy. It's all crazy. And if she would have kept it the way she was doing it, her 90,000 would be down to like 6 months later, 88,500. And now it's down to
67,000.
67. How many people do you know student loans? Okay? For me, where I went to school and played football, thank God I played football because they gave me a grant to go there, right? The school's like 4 times that price right now. And my daughter's looking at it, I'm like, holy cow. I remember I put my student loans on forbearance 2 or 3 times until I got my first big check on Wall Street. And I was just like, see you later. It's gone. Okay? But I had to work to do it, keep putting it on forbearance. This, you don't have to sweat it. It's really going to tell you how much money you're wasting on food. When you realize how much money you're wasting on food, and it'll show you in a graph where you could be, the reality is you start making changes, and you do what Annette talks about, what the company initially set out to do. Just have good habits. Don't waste money. Respect the money. Respect, all the habits of how to generate your own wealth. Okay? So this does everything for you. Look, it's not a lotion or a potion, I like to say. Numbers don't lie. It's got a network calculator. It's going to show you where you're going to be if you do this, and when you're there, it's going to tell you when you're there. Does anybody know exactly how much debt they have? Does anybody know how much they're wasting on food? Okay, does anybody know anything about their net worth and what the actual number is? Okay, when you start seeing that move, and you see a roadmap to get there, you'll get excited about WG Money. The best part about it, it's not Bill and Ted's excellent money management software. It's Ross Jardine, okay? This guy founded InvestTools, which got bought out by TD Ameritrade. He's done $1 billion in seminar sales. He's helped 1 million people get out of debt, and you have access to him. It's all part of the same low price. 900 million.
So that's an important point.
You gotta live there. You can come on up and come on, Mara. But the reality is, here's a guy, okay? You want to talk about how to make money in network marketing? You're going to meet a guy. You want to talk about, for me, when I learned on Wall Street, I was learning from the guy that did $1 million a month. That's who I want to listen to. Here's a guy that helps you get out of debt, okay? This is a guy that can teach you and give you access, live webinars, okay? And I'll use Kim's line again. After watching his videos and taking this serious, she never looked at a dollar the same way again. She sees it now, and it's happening. So, you have world-class resources. Like Mary said, a company that he started got bought out for almost $1 billion, $900 million. It's part of TD Ameritrade. Okay? So you think about that.
We have to pay how much for his expertise?
It's all part of the same one low price of $130 a month. So what are we trying to help you do? We're going to bring home more often. We want to get to a successful financial finish line. All right, here are the stats. 95% of the people have to work for their money. They trade hours for dollars. I did it. I watched my parents do it. I had 4 jobs when I got out of college. Okay? Just to pay the bills. I bartended, bounced, worked security, and cold called on Wall Street. Okay? I was Jamaican. 4 jobs, all my Jamaican boys. Okay? I worked on Wall Street, and I learned and I watched how top 5% of the people have their money work for them. Okay? The reality is, why do they below a tax bracket? Because they have a lot of money. And that money was already taxed. They're earning income off that money. That's the reality. So you have your money work for them. Have your money be one of your employees. That's the way to look at it. And you'll learn to do it. This is the reason that brought me here. I know people who would, do a lot, pay a lot to get that kind of advice that they consistently give you. Okay? If you follow the rules, you're going to love the results. There's 6 different strategies. They do all the research. I got to tell you something. Even if it's my own money to this day, trading with a client, it doesn't matter if you're taking a profit or taking a loss. Okay? Trading is emotional and it's taxing. Right? I used to trade because I had a lot of hair. Seriously, it's very emotional. I would sit there and talk to a guy, and I knew how to make a decision for them when you were, their broker, but the reality is, guys, like, do I sell here and take the loss, and maybe I wait for it to come back? It's even worse when you're up. Do I take the profit or I just let it run? Okay? The reality is, when you have someone who has the homework, has the business acumen, the intelligence, they have the data, they have the statistics. They don't do it based on their opinions, they do it based on algorithms and statistics. Okay? So the probability of this trade continuing to going higher, okay, is definitely outweighed by the fact that it can pull back. So let's just take the profit here. They did it, do the trade, boom. It takes the emotion out of trading. Anybody you know that trades can appreciate that. If you start trading, you'll really appreciate that. Okay? Right. Follow what they do. Go back to hanging out at the beach. Go back to golfing. Go back to what it is you like to do. I have clients, I'll give you an example, who I put words in his mouth and he loved it. I said, let's face it, you don't have to call to get me on the phone. I'm going to give you a line of shit.